there, I'm Tasha and I have depression and general anxiety disorder. I've been living with that for about 10 years now. I've been surrounded by people with it. Sounds really depressing. I'm not just, I'm not solely surrounded by people with mental illness. My mum had postnatal depression when she had me for the rest of her life. The moment she's finally got treatment for it, which is fantastic. But when I was young, I didn't really understand. I thought that she was lazy and short-tempered, but I didn't understand that the reason that she couldn't look after my brothers and I had to do it was because she couldn't get the treatment that she needed. Back when she had me, antidepressants weren't what they are today. She had a really bad experience with them, and doctors just wouldn't refer her to the right stuff. I mean, it affected our relationship quite a lot up until about the age of 15, and since then we've been stronger than ever, simply because now we both understand each other a lot more because we've talked about it. It's always there. It's always going to be a part of me. I've had numerous courses of therapy and now I'm on antidepressants, which is great. But doesn't mean I'm cured. There isn't a cure. There's good days and there's bad days. Sometimes it's worse, sometimes it's better, but it is always there. And I think you've got to learn to accept it and own it, and that's the best thing I did. Was, no, I have depression, I have anxiety, but it's okay because I can control how much it affects my life. It can be there, but it can be a passive thing in the background. It doesn't have to take over your life. That was a big realisation. So yeah, ups and downs. Ooh yeah. Like I said, me and mum had a rocky relationship. As for non-family, I think high school and sixth form was a very hard time because people just don't have the understanding of what it means to have those illnesses and what causes them and just generally how to deal with them. A lot of people at that age, they kind of saw it as attention seeking, or like the emo thing was big and they just thought it was a fashion thing, and that was really hard because you doubt yourself. It's like I couldn't actually admit that I actually had a clinical problem until I got therapy at the age of 15. That was after 2 suicide attempts already, and I was being convinced by those around me that it wasn't a real problem. Of course, I don't blame anyone I was surrounded with for that. That is a culture thing. They just didn't understand, and I didn't, quite frankly. As for later on in life, yeah, some people do find it hard to deal with. I've known people that can't deal with it because they have their own issues, and it's really hard to just to not put your stuff on other people's plates. I've never tried to do that, but it's a two-way thing. People will just take it on as their own problem, which it should never be. So that's damaged relationships. Some people just don't get it, and when it's a huge part of your life, it can be very hard to talk around the issue. And romantic relationships, they've been difficult. Yeah, but that's been on both ends. Apparently, I'm not attracted to people that don't have mental illnesses. But you know, to be fair, 1 in 4 people do have them, so the odds are in my favour. But now I'm with someone that knows how to handle me beautifully and can handle all my crazy days, as I call them. Not derogatory, just embracing it. So yeah, that's been tough. What type of reactions do you get from people? Oh god. If I hear, "But you're so happy," one more time, oh my god, I think I might lose it. It comes with the best intentions. I don't have that complaint against anyone. I know they're trying to be nice and that, but you seem so normal. But all I hear is the ignorance surrounding mental illness. Please, if you watch this, don't say that to someone. Just don't. It's, well, for one, it's not even true for me. I'm miserable, and that's not because of depression. That's my personality. I'm not genuinely miserable. I'm actually a very happy person. But depression isn't being sad all the time, and people don't understand that. I I deal with that by realising that it's not their fault. It's society's, it's the lack of understanding, the lack of education. I don't hold it against anyone. It is just frustrating. The same with all negative reactions I have. Mostly, I've been surprised by how positive people can be and how often people will go, "Oh my god, me too." And I think through uni and through me being more confident and open with my illness, people have been very receptive. I've got some of my closest friends have ended up sharing with me that they've been having problems their whole life, that they've had treatment, all sorts, and it's really inspiring. I think university has taught me that it's not unusual and it can be normal. Um, all any negative reactions I get, just it's not their fault. Um, some people have thought it's attention seeking. Some people have just not wanted to talk about it. They just distance themselves, and that's their choice. It can be hard living with someone, having a relationship with someone, especially if they're not in their good phase. I know that, I have experience of that, and I can respect that. Just don't be rude about it. I'm not my mental illness. I have depression, I have anxiety, I also have sternity that I could lose. It doesn't define me. GoodDay. Having a lot of those at the moment. Thank you, NHS. GoodDay, I don't have to worry. I don't worry about tomorrow being a bad day. I can do whatever I want to do. I'm in control. And everything just feels a lot more inspiring. I'll walk to university, there'll be birds singing in the trees, I'll feel like Snow White. Generally, I feel inspired by life. Bad days. Bad days, I just want to stay in bed all day because just existing is exhausting on a bad day. It's really hard to be disciplined on a bad day because for me, I've realised that going out, doing things, having a routine, eating properly, eating 3 meals a day, not staying in bed, it does help my mood, but that's so much harder when your head's taken up by these snowballing thoughts that you can't control, and I just feel exhausted. But I'm having less bad days now. I think that's all the questions. I've been Tash McNaught. I have depression and anxiety, but I also have a full life. Good luck.